Hello everyone, greetings to you all. This is the CryptoProphet. Click on that subscribe button to enable you get notified anytime I drop video contents like this. And without wasting much time, let's take a look at today's video. Alright guys, so just a quick one. If you take a look at this YouTube channel, okay, now I spoke about this YouTube channel opticalact.com. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago and I showed you guys what this guy said. Now please don't get me wrong, I am not in any way having any affiliation with this channel, and secondly, I'm not in any way after this channel for anything. Okay, this channel is having 76,000 plus subscribers, but you see, that is not the problem of the CryptoProphet. You know why? Because the CryptoProphet has value, and it's not about having a lot of subscribers like I used to say, but it's about really knowing exactly how the system works, understanding how the game is played. That's the main thing. So the reason why I'm bringing this to your notice is because I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to know that it's not just about having subscribers. It's not just about coming up on YouTube to produce videos. But the main point is being able to really decipher the direction the market is heading to really understand how this game works. And this is why I, the CryptoProphet, I am a master of masters. I'm a professional of professionals, because whatever I tell you is what is going to play out at the end of the day. So you can't doubt me. So I have value. I have value, bro. And I'm not after anybody's progress or whatever. I'm just being direct with you because I want you to learn. Now take a look at this. This was produced 2 weeks ago. Bitcoin short squeeze, 58k within 5 days. This guy said within 5 days Bitcoin was going to drop to $58,000. And I, the CryptoProphet, in the video that I produced, Africa Here We Go, go watch that video on my YouTube channel. I specified, I told you guys that this is not going to happen. I told you, I said this is not going to happen. And I even went ahead to prophesy the dates that Bitcoin was going to pump. That's to tell you I know exactly what I'm doing. That's to tell you the CryptoProphet is a master in this game. And that is not the first time. Several times, if you check over the years, I correct YouTubers, not just this guy. I correct professionals. The evidence is on my YouTube channel. So it is not like I am making up these stories. If you followed me for years, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not something you can argue. And that is exactly what played out. Bitcoin didn't fall to $58,000 even up till now as I speak. Today is the 28th of the month of March. 2 weeks ago, has Bitcoin dropped to $58,000? No, it has not. But this guy was specific. He said within 5 days, and it didn't happen. But what I prophesied about, I told you I am seeing the 9th, I'm seeing the 12th, I'm seeing the 14th, and those dates came to pass, and you saw Bitcoin pumping to $76,000, and people who followed what I said made money out of it. So that's to tell you the CryptoProphet knows exactly what he's doing. It only takes one who is a professional, one who really knows this game, to come out and be as bold as the CryptoProphet is. So this is what I need you to understand. Now if you check the videos that followed after the video of this guy, you would see next Bitcoin daily open, I'm shorting the hell out of Bitcoin. He said he's shorting the hell out of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin refused dropping. He also said Bitcoin bullish case versus extreme bearish case and timing. This was when he saw what he said did not happen, but rather Bitcoin was pumping and going higher. That's when he came out and said BTC bullish. And then he came out to produce this other video, and you see what just attracted me to this, and it's what I'm going to be speaking about, okay, because I want you to learn. Now look at this. Why Bitcoin could get a nice bounce to the upside soon. This was 6 days ago. He came out to say Bitcoin would pump and go up. It's obvious this guy just follows the current market situation. He's not really an analyst. like a lot of people feel. He's not an analyst, because an analyst would come out and not just tell you what is going to happen, but explain the process to you and why. Look at it. This is somebody saying Bitcoin could get a nice bounce to the upside soon. This was 6 days ago. But now, because it didn't happen, look at what he came out to produce next. Look at it. After this video, he said highest price Bitcoin can go before next major drop. Bitcoin pump today as predicted. Now look at this. Look at what this guy is saying now. Bitcoin pivots hits. Looks like a drop to critical support very soon. Now he is now talking about a drop for Bitcoin after speaking about a pump for Bitcoin just few days ago. He now came and he has started speaking about a dump for Bitcoin. Now, if you observe the way these videos come, it just shows that this person is following what is being viewed physically based on the way he just sees the current market situation. That's how he comes out to release videos, because there is no really much of consistency. But if you study the pattern of the CryptoProphet, you would see I am very consistent and specific in what I say. So if I'm telling you anything, I am giving you the scenarios that are going to play out and lead to what I am saying, and I am always specific. This is one trait or one attribute which you can't find globally. That's the truth. Go and check a lot of crypto analysts. You can't find this pattern, the pattern of the CryptoProphet. You can't see it and you can't argue. It's 100% reality and it's nothing but the truth. So if I would be taking you guys into today's video, there is something very important that I want to share with you. Alright guys, so I want to say this, very important. Now, if you take a look at this chart, this is the NDX. Okay, this is the NDX, this is the NASDAQ. Now, there's something very important I just want you guys to see that's forming in the NASDAQ. Now, if we connect this point, this was February 2025. If we connect this point to this point, which was November 2025, you would see that the NASDAQ is getting to a critical level of support. And this is actually something of very big significance, because from what I'm just anticipating, okay, there's actually so much of negative news out there in regards to the war between Iran, Israel, and the United States of America. And there is a lot of negative sentiments out there in regards to the stock market. But you see, where the maturity comes in is to be very much level-headed and to actually look at certain market factors and certain market conditions. And this is where I, the CryptoProphet, am always specific about. Because like I told you guys in the year 2023, when Hamas attacked Israel, I told you guys that you should watch out, because usually in such scenarios, a market bottom ends up forming. And that's exactly what played out. We saw that as soon as Hamas attacked Israel, during that period, the market found a bottom and you guys saw a strong bull run that was activated. And when Iran attacked Israel, when they launched missile attacks against Israel, this was last year 2025, I, the CryptoProphet, came out again to warn you that that could be a market bottom forming, and that the market is not going to crash the way a lot of people were anticipating, but rather it would lead to a strong bull run. That's what I said, and that is exactly what played out. So you see, the same scenario is still what I see playing out currently, or in the formation, or in its early formative stage currently. Because if you take a look at what is currently happening, you would hear rumors, you would hear news of President Trump ordering an invasion in Iran, this and that, a whole lot of negative news of wars, Israel attacking Iran, Iran attacking Israel, Iran attacking the United States Air Force bases and all that around the Middle East and all of that. All of this news or negative news has actually been affecting the volatility of the market, and Bitcoin has been reacting. But you see, out of experience, I'm pointing this out so you who is watching this video would understand what I'm saying. Indicator is forming a bottom. Okay, it's coming back to supports. Now, we had this indicator touch this area in the year 2025, the month of February. It's over 1 year now since it came low to these areas of supports. It happened here, it happened here in the month of April, which brought about a trigger for a bull run. It happened here in the month of November. Remember the 21st of November when I prophesied that that would be the market bottom, and Bitcoin dropped to around the 60k range, and since then Bitcoin picked up again. And now this particular formation has been taking place. We touched here in the month of February and we had a pump. We touched here again on the 20th of March. We had a pump, and now guys, we are touching the same area. And even if we have a drop, even if we have a break in this particular area, we are still going to come down to this white line and touch this area. And you see, what I want you guys to understand is that there is a pump, a strong pump around the corner. I'm telling you, and I'm getting ready for it. As a matter of fact, I'm bringing in as many of you that are listening to this video right now. I'm ushering you into a strong pump that is coming. The Crypto Prophet is saying you should not get carried away with what is currently happening in the market. Despite seeing Bitcoin dropping, despite seeing a lot of coins bleeding, but do not get carried away. Despite all the negative noise and news you're hearing out there, you should not get carried away, because this is exactly what these guys want you to do. They want you to get carried away. They want you to be scared, so you would miss this opportunity, and they're going to buy the dip, and when the market starts pumping again, you would miss out and they would have made money from this move. So I am simply setting your hearts in preparation for what is coming. This is why you need to follow the Crypto Prophets. I'm telling you, because I have secrets, and I'm going to put money in the hands of as many people that listen to me. It's as simple as that. And I'm not in negotiation with anybody. As a matter of fact, I'm not begging anybody. If you want to come, good and fine. If you don't want to listen to me, that's your business. I don't need to force you to make money. I can only show you the paths to take, and it's left for you to follow it. It's as simple as that. I am 110% sure that what I'm telling you is going to play out, regardless of the junk or the news or the nonsensical stories you're hearing out there. Don't get carried away. Let me show you guys something. Now, if the Nasdaq picks up, Bitcoin is definitely going to pick up. And I've told you, Bitcoin is going to surpass $76,000. You're going to see it happen. 100% guaranteed. I'm seeing it coming already. This is why I'm getting ready. This is why I'm getting prepared, because I know it is what is going to happen. That's the truth. It is what is going to happen. And if you follow what I'm telling you, trust me, you're going to make money. It's as simple as that. So let me just share something very important with you so you guys can see. Now, if you check, this is also the Nasdaq. Look at this indicator. Now, the Nasdaq seems to be going up. Okay, this indicator seems to be going up. But if you check the Nasdaq, you would see that it's rather what's going downward. And now, if you also check this area, you would observe something. I want you guys to see this. Now, if you check this area, you would see that this is forming a bullish divergence. This indicator is going up, but if you check the Nasdaq, you would see it's going downward. Guys, this is a strong bullish divergence, and this bullish divergence is definitely going to play out. You're going to see some form of correction coming in for the Nasdaq, and if this happens, expect Bitcoin to do the same. And it's going to shock a lot of people, because many persons right now, they're of the opinion that the market is dropping. That's just the sentiments. They are of the opinion that the market is dropping. They are of the opinion that the market is dropping. They are losing money and all of that. But it would shock them when the market has a turnaround. They would see this same market that they are looking at going to make new highs that it hasn't made for some weeks, and it's going to be a shock. So be prepared for this. The Crypto Prophet is simply preparing your minds for what is coming. Now, if we check the S&P 500, let's check the SPX. I just need to show you guys this. Now, if you take a look at the S&P 500, you would see that the S&P 500 is forming a bullish divergence as well in this indicator. Look at it. This indicator is going up. This is point number 1. If we take a look at point number 2, the same thing is what is happening. Guys, look at this. Very clear. You have nothing to argue. Look at this. Look at this. The S&P 500 is forming a bullish divergence. This indicator is going up. This is point number 2. But if you check the S&P 500, you would see that it is what? It is going down. As a matter of fact, we are forming a double bottom. This was the first bottom. This was on the 20th of March. Now it's forming another bottom again, which is the 6th of March. That's 6 days later. It has visited the same bottom it formed 6 days ago. And even if it breaks and goes below, don't forget that this indicator is forming a bullish divergence. It's going up, signifying that there's a pump coming in for the stock market. Listen, this is why you don't need to be carried away by whatever is happening. I believe the team of President Trump, they know exactly what they are doing. They know the game they are playing. These are billionaires, and they're going to make money. It shows that these guys are simply buying the dip. They are simply buying the rumors that are ongoing. And trust me, a lot of people are going to miss out. A lot of people are going to miss out. They will be thinking the market will keep on dumping, but they wouldn't know that this guy is going to pump. So in my own opinion, guys, I feel this indicator is going to have a bend and come up to this white line. Okay, and if it breaks out, if it breaks out of this white line, let's change it to orange. If this indicator breaks out of this orange line, that indicates that there's momentum coming into the stock market. It's that there's momentum coming into the stock market, and it is going to usher in some form of volatility. So this is why I, the Crypto Prophet, I'm very excited and I'm very relaxed. Why? Because I know that this secret I'm sharing with you right now is what is going to play out. And once again, the Crypto Prophet would be validated. That's the truth, because I'm always ahead of my time. And this is why I'm always bold to speak whatever I want to say. So for your own good and for your own interests, get into this market. Don't get carried away by what you see. The stock market is what controls the whole traditional markets. The stock market is what controls the crypto space. But you see, a lot of crypto analysts, they do not know how to understand or read the stock markets. That's the problem. So this is why you see majority of them having issues. Majority of them not really understanding what is coming or not understanding what is happening. Is because they have no clue of how the stock market operates. Even if they do have a clue, they do not have the technicalities. Like you see, these indicators I'm sharing with you, these are indicators I personally developed. Example, this one I'm showing you. I developed this indicator. You can't find it anywhere else except with the Crypto Prophet, and it's showing me that this is a bullish divergence forming for the S&P 500. It has already shown me that this is a bullish divergence forming for the NDX, the Nasdaq. So in other words, if the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 turn bullish and begin pumping, what do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin? Do you think Bitcoin will just sit down and be watching these markets pumping and you won't see Bitcoin reacting? That's not true. So guys, let's head on straight into the inverse of Bitcoin's chart. I need to share something very important with you guys there before I end this video. Alright guys, so now this is why I am very excited, and I just want you guys to take a look at this. Now if you take a look at this chart, if you take a look at the chart in front of you, this chart is the Bitcoin dominance charts. Now this chart is very, very important because this chart shows you the relationship between altcoins and Bitcoin in regards to their dominance. And now guys, there's just something very wonderful that's forming in this chart, which I, the crypto prophet, I have detected, and this is even why I'm super excited. The truth is, the Bitcoin dominance charts, unknown to the whole world, this Bitcoin dominance chart is turning bearish. This is going to play out. Trust me, this is going to play out. Coming from the crypto prophet, this chart is going to play out, because if you check, we are having the blue line. Now the last time we had the blue line crossing the green line was on the 3rd of March, and this is what actually led to a lot of altcoins pumping. If you guys observed, you would have seen that we had a lot of altcoins pumping in the month of March. When Bitcoin began pumping, you saw that a lot of our altcoins were outperforming Bitcoin. You saw coins like Pepe skyrocketing in price. You saw coins like Chainlink. You saw coins like MNT. You saw a whole lot of coins picking up violently. This was as a result of the Bitcoin dominance falling. And now guys, we are having the Bitcoin dominance forming this bearish formation with this indicator. So what do you expect? This tells you that altcoins are simply exhausted. Altcoins are currently exhausted despite seeing them dropping. This is why you do not need to ignore this video. I'm telling you, because if you listen to what I tell you in this video and you follow the crypto prophet, I bet you within the next 1 to 2 weeks from now, you're going to make money from this move. That's the message I'm passing across to as many of you watching this video right now. So I'm pointing this to you guys. The altcoin chart is turning bearish, because once you have this red line cross down this green line, and then you have this blue line crossing this green line to the downside, this is going to trigger bearish formation for the Bitcoin dominance. And if this happens, automatically it is going to lead to a bullish formation for the altcoin markets. So if you take a look at the current states of the Bitcoin dominance, you would see that the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. For the past 2 days, we've had a bearish formation for the Bitcoin dominance, but yet you still see some altcoins bleeding. Do you know why that's happening? That is happening because Bitcoin on its own is not yet stable. So I believe that as soon as the stock market picks up and Bitcoin begins getting stability, you're going to see a lot of altcoins from nowhere. You just start seeing altcoins skyrocketing in price. And this is why it's very good to get in early. I know what I'm talking about. I am the crypto prophet. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Over the years, I've been tested and trusted. But you see, I want to say this. After this pump that is coming, after this pump, we are going to have another dump. And you see, in that dump, I, the crypto prophet, I would also be ready. That's the truth. This is why you need to follow the crypto prophet. Take a look at these charts. This is the last chart I'm going to be sharing with you. If you take a look at these charts, you would observe something. Now, at this point, when this white line crossed this red line, we had the price of Bitcoin react and it dropped down to these points. Okay, the price dropped down to this purple line, and then it went up, battled with this red line. Okay, it battled with this red line, it could not hold through. Then we had another drop again back to this purple line, but this time it exceeded the purple line and dropped down to this blue line. So now guys, if you check here, the same scenario occurred, the same repetition. Now we had this white line cross with this red line, then you had the price of Bitcoin drop down. This was on the 16th to 17th. We dropped down to this purple line, and then as this happened, automatically the price of Bitcoin pumped up. Then right now guys, we had a rejection. We suddenly had a bounce from this purple line, okay, just like we had here. but then we came up, had a rejection, and then came crashing down here, and automatically this helped the price of Bitcoin to pump as well. Now this happened in the month of January, so I am of the opinion, guys, that this is the same thing that would play out here. Now we had a drop here which led to a pump for Bitcoin, and we had another cross here, and right now we are battling with this red line. So I'm of the opinion, guys, that something is going to trigger this market, and you would see this market dropping down to this purple line, and it would even exceed and come down to this blue line again. And when this plays out, this has the capacity of taking Bitcoin to as high as 77 to 78 to $79,000. And when this happens, we're going to make money out of the market, because this is coming anytime soon. So this is exactly what I have to tell you guys. This is exactly my message to you. So I am actually watching out for this drop, because if you take a look at this chart right now, we seem to be battling with this red line. We haven't yet opened a candlestick on top of this red line yet. So I won't be surprised if we have a rejection at some point, and then we come back down to this purple line and drop down to this blue line. I wouldn't be surprised.